wrapping up a day with the World Cup Wrestle-Offs and some freestyle matches here at the U.S. Olympic Training Center here with National Team Coach Zeke Jones. And Coach, first opinions on what you saw from the World Cup Wrestle-Off side of things.
Sure. I think, the World Cup Wrestle-Off, I think, went really well. It's the beginning of the season for us, and so to get some matches on our belt domestically before we head overseas to compete internationally, I think is going to help us a lot.
Who are you most surprised with, or most pleased with, or pleasantly surprised with?
I think overall, I think our results were good. I think we've got some areas we definitely got to work in. Chest lock defense, short time lead management strategies, a couple other areas. But, of course, a guy like Tion Ware, who, comes into the Wrestle-Off late, has a great morning, makes the team, does a super job. I think, we're real pleased with him. Of course, he's got to generate some more offense, but I think what people will notice in these matches that you watch on TV, or you watched today, was that he had to score with a leg attack to win, and I was real pleased with that. It was good to see him do that. Looks like they're doing a great job, Penn State, with him and getting him ready. I think, too, guys like Sam Hazelwinkle, who's really making a nice adjustment from Greco to freestyle. Guys were in on his leg. He had a really nice intuitive feel how to, push his hips, change his hips, just the feel of when a guy's attacking him. And he also had a leg attack. He really had a nice balance of offense, counter offense in the leg attack area. So I thought he looked real good too. And I think overall we're on our way, but we've still got some work to do.
Still got one spot yet to be determined at 74, where Mike Poeta beat Trent Paulson, a world team member who was moving up a weight, and now one Poeta has got to wrestle the other Paulson. So Mike looked good today. What were your impressions of him and what he's going to see against Travis?
Yeah, first off, Mike beat a good Trent Paulson. Trent's still continuing to chest lock, relying on it. I think he made a mistake in the 2-on-1 where he gave up a 3-point move, got ankle laced on the edge of the mat. Those things.
3-point move was slick though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Mike's getting better. Obviously Mike's very good on his feet. He continues to improve in the parterre top and bottom. I think that's going to make him better. Of course, Trent really couldn't get on top of him today, and that was a big difference, where Mike's able to really, stay in his best area on his feet. Right now, Travis is going to wrestle in Russia. We'll take care of that first. When we get home, we'll have a discussion on Mike and Travis wrestling. Most likely that will happen before Cuba.
Also, Sean Bunch beats Coleman Scott. I had a battle of two guys with some of the best double legs on the planet. What were your opinions of Bunch taking that spot?
Yeah. Sean continues to show why he's the #1 man. Competes hard, battles, a lot of confidence. As we know, he wrestles with a tremendous amount of confidence, uses his speed well. Needs to continue to develop some setup routines with his hands. But the bottom line, he got the job done again. And Coleman looked good. He's got a great open double. Coleman's got to continue to develop things with his hands, being able to control the tie-up and hand fight and set up his shots. Because those guys are all waiting on his open double. But it is a chess game. These guys know each other well. They play a chess game, and Sean came out on top.
One of the biggest surprises might be J.D. Bergman winning the spot at 96. Beat a Bryce Haspin coming up from 84, and as is Andy Rovat. Andy looked out of shape, and do you think J.D. benefited from that, or is why is J.D. on this team?
Well, I think first off, J.D. has put the work in. He's getting better, follows his training and competition plan well coached, in the right environment. So all those things are adding up good for J.D. In the end of the day, J.D.'s really developing a good push-out strategy. There's 3 guys that won a world title this year, and the only thing they did was push people out of bounds. And JD's realizing, sure, I can use my leg attack to win, but if I can control the tie-up and walk people out of bounds, they got to stay on the mat with me. And he was able to do that. Andy's whizzer kick was not effective against JD's underhook seatbelt push-out. And that's going to be difficult for Andy because he stands Andy up tall. JD's got good size and can get up underneath Andy and lift him. So, again, a little bit of the chess game with each other, too. And JD just really has the advantage right now.
2 guys that already have the spots, Jake Herbert back home in Pennsylvania with a death in the family, and then Tervel Delagna. I've got a couple matches, one of which against the Greek. And we saw, Asmernaitis wrestle Les Sigmund later in the day. You think that was the same guy that was third in the world, or you think he was kind of snowballing a little bit?
Well, you're third in the world 3 months ago. You're third in the world today. But I think that guy hasn't been doing a whole lot for the last 3 months. But what the Americans have been doing, like Les and like Tervel, is they've been working hard. Because if we're going to catch and pass the best wrestlers in the world, we can't afford to take a day a week, a month off. And so I like the progress of where those two are at. And the guy was third in the world. I mean, the guy's no slouch, but guy wasn't on top of his game today, for sure.
One thing about the afternoon matches that didn't have anything to do with the World Cup qualifying in terms for the United States, what is it about these matches that are good for the guys? I mean, these are types of events that people really outside of this training center don't know that go on.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you say it, but it's really like a glorified practice that we've been training hard every single day, twice a day in practice, and we decided we're going to put a mat down, put the singlet on, put referees out in the center and wrestle.
A match environment.
In a match environment, a competition environment. And it's good, one, because we're trying to develop the pipeline. We need more freestyle minutes. We don't grow up getting head wrenched since we're 9 years old, 11 months out of the year like our foreign counterparts. That because we come in a folk style system, we need as many freestyle minutes as we can get. So giving these guys getting the opportunity to get these minutes to do freestyle really helps us a lot and gets them in that freestyle match environment. And like I said, because it's the beginning of the year, we'll use these matches as a platform to leap off of our international tours that go out over the next few weeks to Russia, Turkey, Iran, Bulgaria, etc.